Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So recently I did a product review of Living Libations natural skincare products, and since doing that product review I received a few questions about my own skincare routine and how it's changed over the years. One person was asking me if I still use honey to wash my face, another person was asking if I still use aloe vera as a skin mask at night, and then another person was asking that since I was doing the product review, does that mean I now use things on my skin? Because before I didn't. Great questions, and so I thought today I'd address those questions as well as just talk a little bit about how my skincare routine has changed over the years. So for those that don't know, I used to have acne. I had teenage acne and I had adult acne. I had acne that just wouldn't go away. I had cystic, painful acne. And I would say acne is kind of what was my driving force into changing my diet and changing my lifestyle and trying to get healthy. Okay, was that I tried everything to get rid of acne and nothing ever worked. And I would say in my 20s was when I started looking into sort of natural ways of perhaps healing my skin. I was looking into diet and nutrition and lifestyle and skincare options beyond just the conventional stuff. And as I was changing my diet and eating healthier and healthier, I consulted a dermatologist when I was about 30, and she had actually recommended not putting anything on my skin. And I used to be sort of like a beauty product junkie. And so this woman was telling me not to put anything on my skin and just to let my skin breathe. Her recommendation was to use any kind of gentle cleanser I wanted, but not to put anything on my skin and just let it breathe, let it heal itself. And for me that was groundbreaking, because you go to a dermatologist and usually expect them to give you all sorts of stuff. And so I followed her advice. And along with making massive diet and lifestyle changes, the three combined, my skin started to heal. And at that time, instead of using sort of like a store-bought cleanser, I was using honey as a cleanser. I was using the most gentlest thing I could find. And using honey to wash my face twice a day, and that's all I did. I didn't put anything on my skin, I just let it breathe. And over time, my skin got better and better and healed. And that's what I was doing in my early 30s. And I think eventually I started using also aloe vera, fresh aloe vera from the plant. I was using that as kind of like an overnight face mask every night. And the two combined were great on my skin, and I enjoyed doing that for many years. And then I would say into my mid-30s, things started to change. Pretty much, I would say the big change was as I was starting to get older, and I also moved from Canada to Bali. And the big sort of change in environment and climate and also air quality affected my skin. So I think the two combined of getting a little bit older and going from living in sort of pristine Canada, which is more north, to going to Bali, Indonesia, which is closer to the equator and hot and strong sun. It's about 30 to 40 degrees Celsius here every day. Plus also there's a lot of air pollution, that the change in climate, environment, and as I'm getting older, I needed a little bit more help. Just a little bit more help. And pretty much the one thing that I had changed probably in my mid-30s was I started using oils on my skin. And whether it was like a coconut oil or an argan oil or some sort of store-bought oil blend or a serum, I was using that on my skin. And always be non-toxic natural oil blends that I would purchase. And I would only be using that at night, and that's kind of, I replaced sort of the aloe vera gel with using an oil, pretty much just to give a little bit more elasticity to my skin, a little bit more moisture, and just to protect it from whatever I was being exposed to, especially with the strong sun and the elements. And so that was the beginning of sort of a few changes, right? The big change was taking out the aloe vera and using oils on my skin, but I was only using it at night, because if anyone's ever taken everything out of their sort of their skincare routine, is that if you've done it long enough, you notice that when you do put something on your skin, it feels awful. You feel like you're wearing like plastic. Like I don't like to wear anything on my skin since taking everything out of my routine. And so I found that just by wearing like a serum or an oil at night, it was okay, because I'd just go to sleep. I wouldn't be feeling it, but I could never wear it during the day. And a lot of times if I would put like coconut oil on my skin during the day, I'd leave it on my skin for a few minutes and then I'd wash it off. And that was the only way I can kind of walk around with something on my skin. And so that's what I was doing my mid-30s, and I was continuing with using honey on my skin, and then something big happened, and that is I got pregnant and I had a baby. And if anyone's that had gotten pregnant and had a baby, they probably noticed a change in their skin, whether it was during their pregnancy or after. For me, it was more after my pregnancy. It was right after I gave birth, suddenly my skin kind of just went all over the place. And also too is in my sort of higher up 30s that my skin's also getting more mature. And I noticed that once I gave birth, and I was breastfeeding as well, that suddenly my skin no longer felt elastic. It felt almost like it was thinning out. It felt like it was aging, like rapidly. And I know a lot of that has to do with hormone changes and the breastfeeding and just everything being kind of sucked out of me and not getting enough sleep. And also a big thing too is that my daughter, since we live in a very hot climate, my daughter was getting a lot of heat rashes. So suddenly we also had to start using air conditioning at night for when she's sleeping. We all sleep in the same room. And my husband and I, we never used air conditioning before, but suddenly to help her with not getting heat rash all the time, and for her to have a better sleep, we'd put the air conditioning on at night. And so I would say getting older, breastfeeding, and air conditioning, my skin just, it just changed rapidly overnight. And suddenly it needed a lot more help. And that's when I would say I started making big changes in my skincare routine. And the two big changes was I stopped using honey to wash my face, and I started using coconut oil as a cleanser. And I started using that twice a day instead of using honey twice a day. That, and at night, on top of using some sort of oil to coat my skin, I would use a non-toxic moisturizer. And during the day, nothing. I like to have my skin just breathing, but at night I needed something to kind of seal in the moisture and protect my skin from the air conditioning pretty much. And just something to help it a little bit due to the hormone changes from breastfeeding and getting older. I'm almost 40, so obviously my skincare routine has definitely changed from when I was 30 to now almost being 40. So, and that's, I would say, a big thing too, is that, and one thing I'm definitely for is that we have to always be flexible and open to changes, because things do change as we're getting older. And as much as I love natural health and taking care of myself, I do have to accept the fact that I am maturing, and to be flexible with that and to find ways to support my body as I'm getting older. So yeah, my skincare routine has changed a little bit, but I'm still 100% using au naturel, natural products. I mostly just use oils. And I do like to also support other companies that are making things that I can use, that are all natural and that have a wonderful vision and creativity and all of that. I definitely want to support other companies, other brands, other people that are doing wonderful things that I myself can't do, or that I want to support them. So yeah, there's definitely companies like Living Libations and definitely many other skincare lines that are non-toxic. They're using all natural, high quality ingredients that I definitely do want to support and try, definitely. But I do like to keep these things to a minimum. It's not that I'm constantly putting things on my skin, but I do at the same time need to protect my skin, especially as I'm getting older. So it'll be interesting to see what I'm doing now, what I'm going to be doing 5 years from now or 10 years from now, as I'm getting more and more mature. and I'm definitely open to trying different things and being flexible. So that's pretty much how my skincare routine has changed over the years. And I just want to remind everyone too, before I close, that the next 10-day juice fasting program, it starts next Tuesday, March 3rd. If you want to do a 10-day juice fast, beginner juice fasters, people that have never done a juice fast before are welcome, and also experience. This is a great program. It's well-rounded. It's an online program. There's an online forum. You get to connect with everyone doing the juice fast with you. I'm on the forum every day answering questions and offering additional support. And there's also videos with the program as well. So every day there you get access to a video that's about 20 to 40 minutes long that walk you through the entire juice fast and explain everything about the detox and how to do the juice fast correctly and what to expect and all the benefits from it and how to deal with cravings and how to take care of your body. There's even a video on natural skincare and all sorts of stuff, exercise, everything. It covers so much, and it just makes the 10-day juice fast more enjoyable, more inspirational, and keeps you motivated as well. So it's a great program. If you want to join us and get more information, you can go to my website at radiantcentral.com, click on products, and you'll see 10-day juice fasting program there. And it starts next Tuesday, March 3rd. So I'm wishing everyone a super fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon.